Support of this legislation. I want to thank Senator Green for his remarks in introducing the bill. I also want to point out when I brought this bill to the Senate, I also had a couple of family members that were here of children with PANDAS, and Senator Segabart, Senator Green, Senator Mathis all met with them and agreed to join as co-sponsors of this legislation. And that tells us just how clear of an issue this is. It's not just Democratic or Republican children that get affected by this condition. This is something that we should all be very concerned about, especially after hearing the stories. It was originally brought to my attention actually by the nurse who helped deliver our baby daughter. We were in the hospital, and Andrea Lundberg did a great job in assisting my wife with her delivery, and then afterwards mentioned this issue she had with a grandchild. And her grandchild happens to have a parent who is a constituent of mine from Pleasant Hill, Jenna Nelson. And when she described to me the horrible situation that her daughter had been put in, it was clear we needed to do something. When we think about someone getting a strep infection, it seems like a very simple, easy, treatable illness. As one parent put it to me, easy peasy. You get some prescription medication and it's gone. That's true for most cases, but in some cases, it's not gone. The strep infection leads to things that you wouldn't imagine as being consequences of that simple infection. Talking to families about children who become suicidal, want to throw themselves from moving vehicles on the interstate, children who refuse to eat because they decide that food is poison and don't want to put it in their bodies at ages 7 or 8 years old. This is something that really is a horrifying situation, and only with recent education and treatment have the dots been connected for some of these families. Jenna's example was that she went through visits to 8 different psychiatrists and 27 different doctors to get a diagnosis that made sense of what her daughter was going through. I talked to one family who talked about the financial sacrifice this has for them when insurance doesn't cover PANDAS, $5,000 and $10,000 for treatment, putting off replacement of a heater in a car as well as a furnace in the house to cover almost $11,000 worth of out-of-pocket medical expenses to make sure your child isn't suicidal. We have a lot of illnesses that insurance has the risk of covering, and some of the treatments are expensive and some of them are inexpensive. We shouldn't exclude these children that are suffering from insurance policies in this state, and I really appreciate the senators who have joined me in a bipartisan bill to make this happen. Thank you.